that you're looking for. It can be a freehold or leasehold. For freehold, for example, you own the land and anything in that land forever.
Mastersabbi CLP music. Sabbi yourself, let us sabbi yourself. Sabbi yourself, let us sabbi yourself. Let us sabbi yourself. Still cruise on the road, make we enjoy the ride. Not force the mango, if you're ready, go right beside. Life not leggy, if you jump from 1 to 5. You go spoil the engine, the feelings go must collide.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel Mastersabbi Enterprises, which comprises of Mastersabbi Homes, Mastersabbi Farms, and then of course we do music on the side as well. Today I want to talk about a step-by-step guide to starting your home project in Sierra Leone from anywhere around the world. What you need to know before breaking ground. First, I'm going to talk about the key points that I'm going to cover today in this video. So guys, the key points that I'm going to cover here today are going to be, one of them is going to be what you need to know before starting a project. The second one is budgeting and the breakdown of that. And then we're going to talk about choosing the right construction approach, and then how diasporans can stay involved in their project back home, even if they live anywhere around the world. And then we're going to, of course, cover the Mastersabbi system overview, what we do at Mastersabbi. So let's go. Number one, let's go with what you need to know before starting any project in Sierra Leone. The first thing, of course, if you don't live in Sierra Leone, you have to find connections. That can be your family members or just trusted companies or people that you really trust and know. Once you have that, then you start talking about land. And then, of course, the location of the land, the property you're trying to develop. You understand? So once you get the land, now you're going to, before getting the land, you have to think of what kind of land that you're looking for. It can be a freehold or leasehold. For freehold, for example, you own the land and anything in that land forever. That's freehold. You own the land and anything in it forever. You understand? You have full right to use it, modify it, or sell it as you like it. You are responsible to maintain the land and any building in it. In Sierra Leone, freehold lands are very rare right now, especially in Freetown. So leasing is kind of a way you can probably get around. In the capital, the urban, I'm not saying like a little bit outside the capital, like Tokyo and these other places, but in any prime location, especially inside capital cities, it's very difficult to have a freehold land. So you have to think of these things before you actually buy your land. And of course, the pros, it means you have full ownership of the land. You can pass it to like generations and generations, you know, no lease renewal fees and whatsoever. You understand? The cons, of course, you're responsible for any taxes that are on that land. Also, it is harder to find. That's like the cons that I can think of when we talk about freehold. Now let's talk about leasehold. Leasehold means of course, you're leasing the land. You don't own the land. You understand? But you have the right to use it for a fixed number of years. Example, 50 to 99 years. For freehold, it usually includes a one-time fees or a small annual fees. So for leasehold, the ownership can be returned or reverted back to the original owner after the lease time period is over, unless you renew that. The pros, of course, you can access like prime location. It's more, you can go in Freetown and lease a piece of land. You understand? The cons there, you must renew that. And then you have limited control, more paperwork. So that's the difference between freehold, which you own the land and anything in it forever, leasehold, which you have to pay a lease and you use the land for a certain amount of time, usually 50 to 99 years. And of course, after that time, you return the land back to the owners, you return their rights and everything, and you have limited control over the land. And then For freehold, you own the land. The advantages there means you can pass it on to generations and generations. The cons, you have to pay tax for that, and then you have to fence the land when you own it. You have to protect it. You have to develop it. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to think about once you are thinking. Once you're planning to own any piece of land or start your project in Sierra Leone. So once you already decide, okay, I want to own the land forever. Now you're going to think about the land document. Of course, the money to buy the land, then the land documents, and then you think of soil testing to know your topography, especially for slope lands, because some people buy lands that are on a hill. So you have to make sure you hire the right people, the right experts to go do your soil testing, to make sure before I put a 3-story building here, which is probably going to collapse in like 5-10 years. Let me make sure I have like experts who are going to test the soil, make sure I know the topography of my overall land is, strong enough to handle this type of house that I'm going to build. And then, of course, you have to like find and look for your architect, and you get your architectural drawings, and then you find your building permit. Once you find your building permits, now you're going to start thinking of how much you're planning to spend on this house that you're about to build. You understand? Now you have the plan, right? Let's say you want to build a 3 bedrooms or a 2 bedroom or a bed or just a single bedroom, 4 bedroom, 3 stories, 2 stories. Once you have all that in mind, now you have to start thinking, okay, labor versus the materials, right? How the inflation and the materials shortage can affect the prices. These are all things that you have to get into your consideration, or the team that you're working with have to tell you all these things before you start. Because a lot of people get frustrated usually because they are not informed before actually starting a project. So these are things that you want to make sure the company that you're working for break these things down for you during like contracting and sending you a quote, which Mastersabbi does. We send you all these breakdowns, and we make sure you know exactly what you're getting into. We make sure you know that, hey, inflations or weather conditions or material availability might, slow down or change prices on you. So these are things that you have to have at the back of your mind, and the company that you're working with needs to be informing you about these things. Then after your budgeting, the next thing you think of is, how do you want to go about your building? Are you planning to go like a full turnkey or versus supervision only? Full turnkey means the developer handles everything, supplies the materials, and then when they are done, they hand over the key. All you have to do is move in. Full turnkey. And then supervision, on the other hand, meaning you're going to hire us, but you're going to supply us the materials. We're going to ask you every step of the way. Hey, we need this. We're going to do step A, which is site preparation and foundation, for example. And then you supply us the materials. And then all we have to do is do supervision, and of course we pay for our labor. So those are the differences. The full turnkey, if you want to go that way, or you go supervision only. Both are good. We work with clients that just supply us the materials and then pay us for supervision and labor. And then we also have clients usually that will do like a full turnkey. They go step by step, but they will send us the money. We will give them a quotation and a budget for the house that they're trying to build, and we break it down. Some clients will just pay you like 50%, some will pay you 25%, and then we go that way. So you have to get all those things in mind before you start your building project in Sierra Leone. Of course, I also want to touch base on the phase by phase versus all at once. You understand? So when you're working with a company like us, Mastersabbi Homes, what we do is we encourage our clients to either go phase by phase. Say we're doing the foundation, the site prep, and all that first phase. You pay us for that. We get that done. And after that is done, we go to the next phase. You pay us for that. we go to the second, the third, and we on, phase by phase. Or you do all at once where you just pay us and then we take care of the project and then we report to you, give you the key at the end of the day. And now for a Diasporan client, as for us who lives overseas, how you can stay involved when building your home in Sierra Leone. I cannot emphasize this enough. I know, yes, we are busy. A lot of us are busy. We have our 9-to-5s, we have kids, families to take care of, but you have to make sure you stay on top of your project. You understand? This is where Mastersabbi comes in. But if you were to do it by just hiring, let's say your friends, your brother, your cousin, or just a random contractor who does not have any reputations, I'm not trying to, throw shade at any single personal contractors out there. I'm just saying out of experience. How can you stay on top of task, on top of your project when you're overseas? Number one, video calls. Do not play with video calls. You understand? Weekly updates, daily updates, weekly updates, photo documentations, drone shots if they have. You understand? When I was doing my project, I make sure I'm always up at either 3 a.m., 4 a.m., or 5 a.m. here in the US to just be there, because Sierra Leone, usually when the daylight savings changes, they are 5 hours ahead of us. Right now, they are 4 hours ahead. So you want to make sure if your workers, like my workers, they're always on site, like at 7 a.m., they don't miss the time. You understand? Whereas you have other workers that will probably not show up till like 12 p.m. But for my workers, they're always on site around 7. So I have to wake up here early. You understand? So you have to like think of those things. But for me, because I wanted to stay on top of my project and make sure any task that they were going to start, I want to know what they're starting. I want to plan with them a day before they even start that task. So you want to make sure you stay involved with them. It's a little annoying sometimes for them, but for me, I want good results. So I was always calling them every day. So what are we doing tomorrow? Make sure you ask these questions. So what are you going to be working on? They will tell me, okay, tomorrow we want to work on this wall elevation on this side. Okay, this is what we're going to work on. Nothing is going to change unless if there's material shortage or something, or weather condition. Okay, this is what we're going to do. So what and what have you put in place? What and what do we need to get that done tomorrow? So you have to ask these questions on a daily basis to stay on top of your project. So now, when the day comes, I give them a call, or they give me a call. See what they're doing, you understand? And once you see what you're doing, you're satisfied. If a wall looks bent on video, it is bent, you understand? I do not play with that. If the windows look smaller, I'll be like, measure it in front of me. I'm a very difficult person to work with. So that's why when you guys hire people like Mastersabbi, you're getting a good result. You understand? Because when my team is working for me, my reputation, my name is way more important than just going to like get that fast money. I'm trying to play my part to represent Sierra Leone, to build Sierra Leone as a young philanthropist and a visionary. There has always been something about me that I want to help Sierra Leone one way or the other. I want to be part of like making Sierra Leone famous, making Sierra Leone big for something. It was hard. And for me, telling my story through my real estate is the one way I can do it. So I do not play. When you hire us as a company, rest assured, like you will save your sleep, because what we're going to do is make sure I go through all this, my team go through all these headaches, and then we just hand you over like the video updates, the results. You are free and allowed also to call our team any time of the day. If they're going to work tomorrow, of course, we're going to tell you this is what we're going to do tomorrow, and then you can feel free to call on site, and then you can see what we're doing while we're doing it. So you are very aware and informed about your project. So please, please, please stay on top of your project. Make sure you stay involved, ask questions, and make sure you double check if they say this window is 76 inches. make sure they measure it in front of you on video, let you see. Most of the times I do that. It's difficult and annoying for them because a lot of people don't like when you tell them what to do. This is why I end up firing a lot of contractors, because you will be telling them A, they want to do B because B is what they're comfortable doing. And I don't work like that. I am the client. You have to give me what I want. I'm paying you to give me this service. So that's what I want. I don't want what you want. I want good results. Stay on top of your project. All right. I know I spoke a lot on just staying on that one side. The next thing, the video calls, weekly updates, photo documentations and all that. We already talked on that. We covered that side. The next thing you can do to stay on top of your project, of course, is site visits. You understand? And these are like whenever you visit Sierra Leone. I know as diasporans, when you go back home, we only have 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You understand? When you go to Sierra Leone and you have a company working for you, make sure you spend a lot of time checking on the project. Go there, see what they're doing, do testings. If you don't like anything, speak up, tell them, I don't like this, change it. Let them change it in front of you while you're there. I do that all the time, and trust me, it's not easy. Now, a lot of people see the results of my home, you understand, and see how beautiful it is. It came out really good, and that's because I never stopped pushing my team to reach their higher limits, because I believe in my team. I believe in Sierra Leoneans. We are very talented. We are business minded. We're very hardworking, very nice, very patient. The practical, the know-how to deal with these things, how to go to our highest potential is usually not there. So a lot of people are not there to push some of our brothers to reach their highest potential. I am ready to push my team because I know when they get where they need to get, they're going to be happy for themselves. So I'm always pushing my team. So when you go to Sierra Leone to check on your project, you think this pillar looks bent, tell them it looks bent. I don't like it, take it here. And also space management with your project. I didn't put this down, but let me just talk about it. A lot of the pillars usually that most of our builders put in Sierra Leone, I'm going to say it now, unnecessary. So you have to make sure when you're building your home, let your builder, your contractors save your space. Let the living room be free of pillars. You understand? You can create beams, overhanging beams, build the structure from up safely. Let the pillars be hidden, so that way you have this free space to roam around. If you're going to put some pillars, we have some pillars in my house that you can never tell there are pillars here, because we have certain pillars that were supposed to hold that rooftop, and then underneath that, where the pillars are, is our pantry. That's where we have our laundry room and the pantry on top. You can never tell. We hid those pillars, and when you go there, you cannot see any pillars. You understand? In the garage, they put a pillar. I got there. I didn't want. How is my car? So how do you expect my car to go park in there with that pillar? So we had to demolish that, take it apart, and then create a beam. And then we had a good space to utilize. Make sure you stay on top of your task. The next thing is, of course, your secure payment options. The way I take care of most of my teams back home, usually if they're subcontracting or when I pay my lead contractor, my boys, I use money transfer options, those systems. I'm always, the secure one. Make sure you look for secure ones. I've used MoneyGram before. I've used Western Union, but the one that I've currently be using, I'm not paid for this. I don't even know them. You understand? I use Rare Money transfer. I use that to send my money. They've been good because some of the other companies, the bigger ones, they charge more fees and the exchange rate usually is not good. And if you will be sending money, you have to get that also in your mind that, hey, I'm trying to save money, so I want you to save money. So always make sure you shop around. Check MoneyGram, see what their exchange rate is. Check Western Union, Remitly. Check all these companies and see what their exchange rate is before you make a decision on which company you're going to use to be sending money. All right, guys, I just wanted to make this video, super short. I didn't want to talk too much, so sorry if I, ramble around a lot. I just wanted to make sure the content that I'm putting out there are helpful and beneficial to you guys. So the last thing that I want to say is Mastersabbi, my company, the way we handle our project. First off, you go to our website, www.mastersabbi.com. You can leave us a message there. We have our phone numbers there. My lead contractor's phone number is there. Our emails are there. You can send us an email, and I always respond within minutes, 1 hour, 24 hours max. I don't go beyond that, unless if I miss that or something, but I don't miss my emails. I make sure I check my emails every 30 minutes or so, or even less than that. Even on YouTube, anybody that comments, I always make sure to find time to respond to you guys on time. You understand? So at Mastersabbi, during planning, we're there for you, with you, guiding you step by step. We ask your vision, your plan. What are you trying to accomplish? What type of house you're trying to build? We guide you through. We have in-house architects that will tailor your plan for you to your taste, your vision. And then once they do all that drawings, they bring it to us, and then we start the groundwork and bring your dream to reality. So guys, make sure, if you like this type of videos, please feel free to comment, like, share this video to somebody that needs to hear it. And then again, go to www.mastersabbi.com and then book your consultation with me or my contractor. We're always here to help you guys, to guide you out. Let us build Sierra Leone one modern home at a time. At Mastersabbi, integrity, durability, excellence, and quality are the main key things that we look for when we deliver a home. And we don't just build you a structure, we build you a home, a smart one, a modern one. So tap in, connect with us, www.mastersabbi.com, and then leave us a message. We'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. See you on the other one.